And I must say, MyShow.
Almost $300 million.
So the show has come to stay. Mummy na yesu. Na yentiti o man. Na wonso oni nipa.
Daddy e Ghana for dia. Enye BP dia. Enye NDC dia. Enye obi bia dia.
Because what to niamam and affecting all this. Fuel prices now what they buy.
Yeah, I just NDC for car be kwa Ghana card according dine di drama nasa.
Me na wo ka say ya kan. Ye no nya se ya te den pe e kina titi pa se kira. NDC for wo be kwa pe dari be. Wo ti me kai. Me na me ka draw.
Mo pese mo share so a mo ko Facebook na Instagram, na YouTube, na Twitch, na News TV, Anchor FM.
Yechia Ghana food. MyShow is your show because a Ghana entity and a show that to is MyShow. The dog will be asking.
of the land. For when and seek your fruit. from victory to victory, the NDC shall lead. Stable Democrat, Ghana, our strength in unity, from victory to victory, the NDC shall lead. Stable Democrat, Ghana, our strength in unity. Eja bana Victory is our land. Victory is our land. JJ is a winner. Arise, for Ghana, of the drop of the land. Power and secure future. Development, our goal. From victory to victory, the NDC shall lead. Stable Democrat, Ghana, our strength in unity. From victory to victory, the NDC shall lead. Stable Democrat, Ghana, our strength in unity. From victory to victory, the NDC shall lead. Stable Democrat.
Good evening. Good evening. Welcome to NDC Hour on MyShow. Today, Ghana News TV. We are live on Anchor FM, Germany. You can watch us on satellite TV across. On your YouTube channel is Today Ghana News TV. Facebook channel is Today Ghana News TV. In fact, we are happy to have you join us for today's show. It's going to be wonderful. It's a special edition. Just as we always bring to you a special moment on NDC Our Show. Yema Obibia Akwaba. And then so a special edition of my show. Mofanche yese ye dili kakra na and then no enyuma na doso the headquarters. Enyuma na doso the headquarters. Intine mofanche ye yema Obibia Akwaba. The bar my show jumedi so mo hwɛ free satellite TV so mo tie on Anchor FM mo hwɛ on YouTube mo hwɛ on Facebook at all the social media handles from Germany, from US, from South Africa, from Holland, from Poland, from all Norway, from all the European countries, and then UK, Ireland, in fact, and UK, Ireland, and Ghana. You can't afford to miss today's show. In fact, just share the link. Share the link. Let people join today's show. It's going to be a hot moment, and it's going to be intuitive, educative. In fact, we are going to give you the fact as far as the issues are concerned. So don't miss out today. Just share the link, and let others also join the program. In fact, you can join by text message. You can share your text messages, and then in the course of the program, it will be read. So please, just stay tuned. Be with us for today's show. And you better the national chairman, Yera Samuel Ofosu Ampofo. You better not say the national communication officer of the NDC, lawyer Sami Jemfi. Yes, the indefatigable lawyer, in fact, and the Deputy General Secretary of the NDC, the only lawyer, Barbara Sewasamwa from the headquarters of the NDC, and I MyShow, NDC hour, every Wednesday, 7 p.m. so 7:30 p.m. And also a special edition said, yeah, me catch mono na ansana madam abedofo adi akyere mo na issues a yebeka ne no me one major problem, and I want to share that before I go and start a discussion with my guests. Ghana sini mpanifo, honestly speaking, Ghana yeni mpanifo na yaye mobo dodo. In fact, Ghana yaye mobo too much. In fact, we are so vulnerable. In fact, you see, we are vulnerable, and then it's like we are in bondage. It's like, you see, the center cannot hold the people we have entrusted power into their hands. No? They are thinking, no, I am anti-clockwise. I want your producer ever show video me. Then you all see so that you can come into terms with me. Some say, yeah, more bothered. We have become so vulnerable in our own. It's like we are in bondage in our own state. I'm not fun to me thinking. The leaders here was so maybe Ghana for I am telling the center cannot hold. We have been talking about flooding. And so talk a be pet. One thing I have come to realize of late is that unlike previous years, yes, in so talk in so all the time. But in so but this time, no, it's dangerous and it's deadly. The kind of places are flooding on. It's outrageous. It's unthinkable. We don't want say of late, you know, in Sweden flooding. Everywhere you go. And then so kakra toye me yama semi. Video no kakra. Na yan hwe bi ni emu say so say, so do we have leaders who think in this country? We will be asking questions. You say, so you will leaders here. And have they seen this? That's a question. So what this video? Producer my video now. Now for
serious. This is right in front of my office, the National Theatre Road. Small rain, I see. Serious, eh? Wow. Hey, Madagana, Soskets. Wow. There are some. Charlie. All right, cheers.
The center of Accra. This is the center of Accra. Where is Accra Central? National Theatre. City House. The City House. Anymore. And I'm going and it's where the center cannot hold. I am telling you. The leaders, woman who's had you, Yabu and Yabuso. Yabu and Yabuso. Yantakubia. Mona Moble. Sika was a proper drainage system will come on. Yes, sorry, I need a woman. This issue, a bit myself, man. But in Penfolds, they are thinking about other things. Yet, in soon be year fire swa. Cathedral, a question we are asking. Who will say the truth? In fact, me born some better next week. I'll come. I think I'm down. I'm too sad with this issue. Me rattle not too much. I must be honest. Me rattle. So you let me go to the issue for the day. Then I'll introduce my guest. Inflation is at 27.6%. Prices of food items keep some assaulting. In fact, it's not like days again now. Come market here. Now any sound. Now it's ours. What is the cause of all this? What is the effect of this on livelihood? How we feel it? National Cathedral Buhaha. Hey, and finance minister say investment purpose. Finance minister say investment purpose. It yenya kwana Ghana for Ghana sikanya. Aso Cathedral no should wait. Take state money to finance it. Should the state take full charge of the cathedral and say it is our priority right now? And now it should be left to the churches or to the church. No more. Those are the issues we are going to digest today. Now, my guests, are you ready? My guests, are you ready? You call all the way to UK, Ireland, into senior comrade Conrad Dumba, the chairman for NDC UK Milton Keynes chapter. No, Nyamiadon, comrade Abekayen, sir, one of the fantastic chairman of Boduma, Milton Keynes. In fact, the Juma Papane Ebo Hono, Ayana Meniji. So in the diaspora, we have committed members. Mama NDC senior comrade, and you may more power at the bar NDC hour on MyShow TV.
Good evening, Akwesi.
Bibia boko horse there.
Yes, your horse.
Yeah, then Yamia say. Now NDC UK Milton Keynes at saying and Yama Esiko Ewo.
Oh, says yeah, the new man Bibia Koso Kamo.
Okay.
Yes, on Sana 2024, a bit ma beboa na ye nkrofo efri akonya no so.
Yeah, fantastic.
All hands on deck.
Fantastic. Now, we share party registrations, new membership registration, so sign and a call a woman as well.
Our higher, everything is going quite well. All branches are registering new members, re-registering existing members. And we are quite excited about the new plastic cards now.
Fantastic.
We are all busily applying to make sure that we don't lose out. We have our plastic cards and our names are in the books. So I'm sure all our comrades in the diaspora listening in the UK, please go to your branch and get your name in that book. Make sure your name is renewed in that book because the victory is coming, but we have to work to earn it. We will carry carry this lot out so that we can solve these same problems we are talking about here. Problems that Tamaya Tiakonyano Sono, those problems were well managed, and we will discuss that shortly. But yes, Our registration is ongoing. We are mobilizing our party. Of course, there are always teething problems here and there, but
fantastic. God bless you for that. So, on that note, I want to also add my voice and then encourage all members in the diaspora to go and register. Kindly locate a branch, locate your branch and register. Get the membership card. In fact, I've been telling people that it is time we stop joining the back wagons, just being at the back and be talking and then throwing stones. No, just be part of the party and then work towards we winning 2024 election. It's a collective effort. To wherever you are, please get involved. Get involved. Get your green card. I have my green card. Get your green card. Get your green So I was trying to let you know, sir, senior comrade Conrad Dumba, a banker. He's a banker by profession. He's a chartered accountant. So you have to listen attentively to the educative analysis of Abaye Amaye and the senior comrade Conrad Dumba. Yes, I hope I got the name right.
You got it right.
Fantastic. Fantastic. So, senior, young and similar. Now, inflation has hit all-time highest in 18 months, 27.6%. Due to that, in fact, the cost of items, food items especially, in the market is outrageous. Ama impact na yenya wo system no mo sen na esitie na aso sa inflation yi eye artificial anase eye a mismanagement bi na wo ho enu ti na ama yadu sa all-time highest in 8 good years, 27.6. Senior wadwen hs
I go say me that answer.
okay.
I think, sir, to begin with, you have outlined the facts. CCIAT in May, and this is May, not even June.
Yes.
Our inflation is sitting at 27.6%.
Yeah.
Barely a month before that, in April, no, not April, DNA 23.7%.
Exactly.
76.6%. If you check the differentials, you had a difference of 4%. And if you work backwards, it was a similar difference of about 4% from March to April, and between April to May.
Yeah.
Now, Oshemwa, the government statistician, he has given more details as to what is driving inflation. In fact, to say, we're listed by 15 individual items that are pushing inflation up.
Yeah.
Now, some of those items in OSHA, they are basically the staples. So, for example, so when you be a udi dokono dia, ebia benku udibi. Say one pay banku sia so a friend said TZ. Yeah, you free a soro honomo. You pay TZ papa. Na ebro na ye de banku ni dokono ni TZ no sa nyoma no. Ebro nkwa between May inflation it accounted for 61%.
Wow.
So even though we're saying 27% from April to May, 61% ebro nkwa.
Wow.
And if you process a brunu, when you get corn flour and corn dough, and no a by 60%, that's roughly 61%. Into all under upper, back to the same as the maize.
Wow.
A journey I ever no buona cosro by that much.
Corn dough inflation.
I'm not even looking at because you did say Juma na ekwa ana school na ekwa ana baby abeko biara gise o top petro agu wa wo ka no mu ana wo fro trotro na wo fro trotro enye so na trotro di nam fuel so no diesel 81%. That is the inflation for diesel as of this month May 81.1% to be specific, and a petrol and na akoda 62%. Into so we didi a ade na akosoro ubetu kwan a ade no so asan akosoro na we obi a wo say wo brodo na wo tie we yes say wheat flour and so akosoro 57%. Into hwe baby ade na akoduru no eduana ebedi kwan na ebetu bibi a ebe biara no bo na akosoro.
Wow.
Now this is shocking. If you contextualize it to time NDC and let me make this very clear.
Sure.
So we could share data on inflation records in Ghana. Apart from Osajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, no other government has done better than the NDC when it comes to inflation.
Oh, that's great.
Like I said, somewhere the NDC recorded 33 consecutive months of single-digit inflation.
That's
from
true.
Time I bet so somewhere from about late 2010-11 all the way to about 2012-13. Single-digit inflation. We sat on single-digit for 33 consecutive months.
Wow.
That's almost competent. 18 months for 18 months. Okay, at the time we were living, there were a lot of factors that drove inflation.
Yes.
Well, of course, we had dooms of which men in Crawford were buying fuel, not just for cars, but also for generators. We left them inflation of bare 15%. TV so say, oh, we are incompetent. 15% inflation, too high. We are incompetent. Say, anka ye 15% in chair or more. They will collect it with 3 hands if they have that.
Wow.
15% no cry, they can't.
That's true.
They long broke 15% a long time ago.
That's true.
In fact, sir, if we were to go back to about August 2018-19, by that time, now they had lost control of inflation. So they had to forcefully do rebase and that was not due. Now rebase in nature said every 10 years, by practice, every 10 years, we tend to, I mean, if you are going to calculate inflation, you start from a particular base.
That's true.
We agree, sir, let's use the prices as of 2012 as the base. Into 2013, if the price in 2012 was, say, 10, right, for a product, 10 cedi, and I use as base. Now, say 2011, about now, call, say, 12 cedis. Difference between 12 and 10. That difference of 2 will be your annual inflation. Into every 10 years, we try to make it relevant because if you are comparing net prices to 1980, the comparators are not the same. Into every 10 years, we try to do that. We did it in 2012. We did it 10 years earlier, 2002. Into the next one, that rebasing should have happened, should have been 2022. Wow. But by 2019 August, who said actually 2018, the thing had over them. So they quickly rebased it to move inflation back from almost double digit to 7.8 and started clapping for themselves. Say, oh my idea.
Okay.
After I drew on since rebasing,
How many years ago? 2019 payment, barely 3 years ago. We were at 22.3%.
That is serious.
Brofo say cluelessness. Cluelessness in capital letters. And then I describing
cluelessness in capital letters.
Manage economy. What we get here is a logical consequence. Who be some say had inflation across almost Ukraine, Russia, or Kuntokwa. Now Ukraine, Russia. What percentage of trade do we have with Russia and Ukraine? What percentage? Russia cry a big. Our total imports from Russia is roughly about 2.1%. Total exports barely 1.2%. Japan say the one you are trading it at 1.2% is causing inflation more than the other 98% now. Does it make sense? 2% roughly is controlling 98%. It doesn't make sense.
It's weird.
It's weird.
Yes.
Okay, I almost see COVID. Now COVID. When did COVID come? COVID by last year, some catch say annual inflation was 10%. Was COVID not there last year when they had 10%?
That is the point.
Oma di COVID sick and na Oma chadi. Inti how many cases of COVID are there? And then I say Omuko Parliament say Omu 70 million loan for COVID. A friend is Honorable Speaker Carr said they should come and account for the over 23 billion they have collected in COVID before we release more money. And Chebia and Omusamba say COVID na the sign Kosoro. Say game plan or mobile. But COVID, we are long out of COVID. The government itself has forgotten about COVID. If they are blaming COVID now, if COVID should have hit inflation, then it should have hit a long time ago. In fact, if you check, say 2020, in March 2020, the city was appreciating against the dollar. And they were celebrating. What they didn't realize, because of COVID, China has shut down. And a lot of our imports were coming from China. Which means we were no more important. And because we were no more important, we were not what? Selling cities to buy dollars. So the city was appreciating relative to what happened. They were clapping for themselves. So my idea. So how can the COVID actually suppress inflation? Because when COVID came, consumption was low. People were sitting at home, they were not going to work. They were not spending as much. And yet, say inflation is a function of what? More money chasing few goods.
Exactly.
But let's come back to here. So Omuka said it is because of COVID, and now it's because of Ukraine-Russia war. Let us ask other questions. Let us do contextualization. Ghana is not an island. South of Ghana, Gulf of Guinea, say nobody is there. North of Ghana, Burkina Faso war. West, Ivory Coast war. East, Togo war. If Ukraine and Russia war and COVID are affecting these Ghana, it must affect the other countries. After all, saying we are on one piece of land. As I said, West Africa. That's true. Inflation for Togo. Togo inflation is at 7%. Togo inflation 7%. Ivory Coast. What I say, Tama Nanado, opposition leader, Debia or Bono promises are now called or point to Ivory Coast. Ivory Coast cry Omuya dear Chenya. And then inflation, Ivory Coast 4%. Ghana
4%.
All
Ivory Coast 4%.
Ghana.
Burkina
Faso cry Omuwa desert. Baby and so say ton. A hokra Omuno Ntos Maya. Omo is 6.8%.
That's it.
It is like I said, it is a function of COVID and now Ukraine, Russia. In fact, Burkina Faso, Omukra no Omunu coast. It is almost importing oil or whatever. Ebefa Ghana, and now Ebefa Togo, and now Ebefa Ivory Coast.
That's true.
Now, what the normal free coast, Accord, inside hinterland, Hormone, send no boss because of transport. It's about 6.8%, a straw hot yellow, and a year 27.3%.
Begging quite 2%.
27, who rounded up, I said 27.6 here, 28. Now,
28.
Who rounded 6.8, that's 7%. Divide 28 by 7, over 4. Into year, the end, you have 4 times their price. It should have been the other way around.
Serious.
Excuses now, Omomaye. If you begin to look at the actual reasons for inflation,
I know that can be South. I know that can be South. Say, no, a buy no dear, or say a Russia Ukraine. and COVID-19 and no inflation no echo and no prices of food any boy thing any other day. So they keep putting the blame on Russia, Ukraine, and then COVID-19. And would you agree with them on that assertion? And there are critical issues that causes this high inflation rate.
I agree with you. Why?
Okay.
Because they figures themselves they give. Say you see European Union for the put sanctions on Russia. Into Russia, oil no ton like don't call me. Heavy discount. China for Toby, India for Toby. Say you better be say it's a reduced price, up to $40 reduction in price of oil. In Japan, says we are buying cheaper oil from Russia. If we claim we are buying that from Russia to have inflation, we are buying it cheaper from them, and the inflation is going up. The other thing now, which numbers now I was no, inflation no, imported portion and a locally produced one. In the imported portion, nature say, and your man turn from a brochure bagano to say Polish rice, Chicago Star, and this kind of money turn the bano.
Yeah,
if that is coming in, it's a new work cost. You are importing inflation. Second one, you locally produced one. Say, bro, now yet me, do our wrong and half for that one is in Ghana. To make us say, the fans will buy it into Nubuana cost. So, no, I will near the fire. If you look at imported inflation, that portion of our 27.6% explained by imported inflation, 28.2%. Now, if only imported inflation was causing this thing, and it was Ukraine, Russia, then you would have expected, say, locally produced inflation would have been very low. But locally produced inflation is 27.3%. Total aggregate inflation now 27.6. Of that 27.6, almost half of it is locally produced, 27.3 versus 28 every way. If you round both up, 27, 28. So is it Russia, Ukraine that is causing the price of maize? So I gave you the figure. The price of maize in Ghana. Inflation for maize as a product, 61%. Do we import maize from Burkina Faso?
This is serious.
Do we import maize? Now, this is the other thing. Water, gas, and electricity. Water, gas, and electricity. Yeah. Those companies, they are all Ghana companies. Your Ghana Gas, I mind here.
Oh, yes.
Ghana Water Company, I mind here. Electricity Company of Ghana, I mind
Ghana, yeah. Sure.
No, dear. The inflation on water, gas, and electricity is 32.3%.
Wow.
Inti and also Ukraine, Russia, and Ukraine in a CEO for Ghana Gas, and a CEO for ECG, and a Ghana Water Company. So you see, sir, that whole story about imported inflation, there is no truth in it. Now, if we look critically at what is causing inflation, I'll start with the lower and go to the almighty. In my view, look, we have talked about food inflation, maize. Right? Even firewood. I didn't mention firewood. Yeah. A firewood I had in your banku. Yeah. And not 73%. That one could have been what is happening.
What's a jar?
You are in another Ibia cotton.
A jana, you didn't know piano.
73%. A janko 73%.
This is serious.
So that is what we are looking at. And also, it's your forest in Russia and Ukraine there. But if you come back to say, there is nothing else to blame but that failed agri minister. And then I say we have more than enough food in the country into a comedy. And Chebia good.
Yeah, also body drew my top body drew 350 pesos. Agri minister.
Say, maybe the man or papa. I go chase audio noir.
Exactly.
But who planting for food and jobs? Jobs now food on the fertilizer no omo de ton ma omo crop for MPP crop for. Nti ekuafo na omo be kwa kwadua eburo ni cocoa ni sa ni we ni bode ni nyina no. Fertilizer no omo anya bi. Nti ye ka say tomatoes you imported from Burkina Faso. Eburo you imported from Ivory Coast. Eba ni say na Kwame Nkrumah Ghana. Baby, I got imported a brew from Ivory Coast. Okay, say planting for food and jobs. Start planting for food, Sikana and jobs, Sikana $100 million, Canada de Maya, no. Actually, almost Disikano, so if you have a successful planting and food for food and jobs, about saying that Eburu prices are going up by more than 60%.
That's a good question.
It doesn't make sense because Ghana, our main staple is Eburu. And when they Trabanku, and when they Yewu, and when they your friend is saying
most of the things.
So if maize alone is going up by 60% plus, then there's nothing else you can talk about. The fact that good program we had. In fact, if you trace to cocoa, Ube said this year we had a very miserable cocoa performance of 770,000 tons.
Okay.
770,000. When JM was handing over to them, it was over 960,000 metric tons.
Okay.
And also no. Okay, yes, Sedu Agongone, Dr. Opuni, little bit now, Omodema, Equafono, and no name cocoa no cost of home. It took a Greek no Adani beans, and intina ene, the price of maize is going up. So one of the things is the products we have, agriculture has collapsed, complete. Free agriculture, who cut taxes, okay, say last year, budget now, 2021 budget now, we read here no. And the baller tax, coca, petrum, okay, sanitation tax.
Yes.
Baller net, you trying professor of mobile baller, Zoom line for baller, I buy say, or maybe charging levy or honor.
Yeah.
Or the baller tax go ho, and on the your friend is saying levy, COVID levy go ho. Into if you look, they increase the taxes on petroleum to a very high level. Now, Eja, if you look at the inflation, government statistics and they say there are two main drivers for that inflation. Transport and food. Now transport and your petrol and your diesel.
Yes.
Petrol now say no cost by 62%. Inflation on petrol alone is 62%. Forget the average one now. You didn't we divide by the items, and that's why we get 27.6. But if you start taking item by item at the top 15, petrol is what? 62%. Diesel, 81%. Now, say what tractor? Say diesel now, the good tractor, no matter if you hire tractor, you pay an increase of 81% to plow and grow your farm. You understand when you bring your bro to sell, are you going to sell it at a cheap price?
No.
You see how the cost of transport feeds in even at the farming level. Now, after farming, when you harvest, it has to move from Ejura to Accra or Ejura to Kumasi. Because we don't all live where it's farmed. Now, if it has to move, and also we am near the befa. And goose only, articulator and the beco. Now, and also no, and no diesel. Now, say diesel no born cost ra. Okay, say they will increase the cost of transport. So you see how the cost of transport is going in to bump the cost of food up.
That is serious.
And that is in addition to the fact that anybody who take trotro, who will go to work, you also have to pay more. Your transport costs go up because fuel price has gone up.
Wow, fantastic. Comrade Conrad, in fact, you pause there. Let me introduce my second guest. I'll come back to you and see the policy rate. Government introduce you in its quest to control inflation. Yeah. Within some few months, policy rate increasing by we're increasing it twice. So we'll come to that and look at the effect and whether it was a wise decision. We'll come to that. That is Comrade Conrad Dumba, the UK Melting Case chairman. In fact, one analysis the fact, and he was speaking to the fact, the figures. These are the figures. Everything points to the fact. Said things are not well. Inflation you better come with that. Now my second guest is on the line. Papa when a court na UTV okodi da ewo UTV. Okodi da wo UTV na odu UTV no owo fufuo eka benku na owie no ma Ghana vokufuo ne bo na benku ne bo na nkabie nso a wotwa ya so ma Ghana fokuka wa bo e o UTV your friend Emmanuel Enima, the popularly known as Elembele Kiki, Elembele Kiki, or a member of the National Communication Team of the NDC. Comrade, and you know, Yamawa Kwaba at the bar, NDC hour on my show. Today, Ghana News.
Mejo so many Peter.
Now, Elembele,
Unfortunately, network near very bad.
yes, I can imagine that. Say, oh, constituency, no,
Yeah, in fact,
Elembele, any type of important na a hot to say.
me nam kwan so a me ko but I was say me stop you hotel na me checking in na me to me conducting interview.
Yeah, program. No.
Anyway,
Why
na
are
in
they
emergency
past?
and it na me late self me emotion so to. Nti
Yeah.
no NDC adwuma na na hia ye kese ye se be rescue crew we no eno na
That's
hia
true.
ye na nsio na etoto wa hase but nyame adom bibia ye boko bibia boko.
Yeah, the Yamiase. Yeah, the Yamiase. Senior, what you're young channel, young coin issue no more. Now, you share said dear inflation arising aquacudu. Yeah, from 15%. And I got 17%. Now I go do 21%. Now I got 23.6%. And premium, I say inflation here 27.6%. You can't figure this out. Sign Anna in Susanso netie. Say you can't inflation, yes, and Yamabo ahead. No, sign Anna a city potin. Now, Ubedi only a buying penny for by against say, a Russia and Ukraine ye, and my inflation across high sana.
Mamenchia ahwefo nyina o magye bre hwe enyanwum yi na mema wonte ase ese ye kan inflation a standard a okotre exams a your marking scheme na marking scheme no se be enye na set exams na enye na set marking scheme no prior to 2016 election and Dr. Baumi akogina malata market and o che say your marking scheme a ye de inflation the marking scheme no otam body ado bisa say body we motor the same body we na ye same or punching we ye same toza we ye same it clearly no or my marking scheme it Baumi aso de akenim say wakwadre mu wo ye ba economics mu a because of the PhD in economics it enim say your coffee guest said your obo 26 point something percent na and then the better inflation but Baumi ama yet as South Africa no doesn't reflect in the pocket and that figure me nana mo elembele ne takrade importe mu de sa obobo 27 point something percent me nua Peter Kwesi Mensa omonti ase nti se si ambe yusu Baumi marking scheme ne standard no and the benchmark no na they are talking about this inflation so say they okay in fact me call UTV me di twa de call here because now I wanted Crawford to know say the marking scheme me and tonchine and no apepepe nti me di me di apetition na call here me di apetition na call here me di banche me di body me di kako me di momone me di niema ye dua no kro mase enkofa yanka say because se si ano almost shift blame no first na COVID se si omo free COVID nti omo to me so omo niema nti omo de shake shire no nti COVID se si omo free COVID and omo ko secure Ukraine and Russia war na hwa Ghana kwan tintin fiti ha ko Ukraine kwan wa we Germany ni we mpo omo bempo ensu say Ukraine and Russia war nti they cannot survive but should be Ukraine war and be Ghana war na Dr. Baumi and MPP 4% omo chere say because Ukraine war no and Russia war nti ene banchi boyed omo person omo chere say because Ukraine and Russia war nti ene ya bayre boyed kako ewe epunimu wa elembele he ya no ne boyed because omo sumi free Ukraine and omo bedru nkran wow money esumi Ukraine Russia and the bedru elembele pu nti omo sumi no omo use petrol no omo de ba wo end me ko bisa ba wo mia
serious
nti asema ye pese kan nyina de say won say President Mahama Kabibia bro lose election. Or say prosperity will judge him.
Exactly.
And indeed, prosperity is judging President Mahama because man all kinds of name, or you mutu banza, or you're incompetent, or you're corrupt, or you say, din sabi basa nirima President Mahama.
Sure.
But this is obia wabedi o mind so or mind no abedi so no. Nipa no bona bedi etire no doctor of economics omuma yeti ase say oye economics messiah no aye adwuma o Bank of Ghana danti onim se ne be hihye ne ema no onim se no bi cedi ne betu yie ene ne ema ne nyina na sa ne ema no na o ka che Ghana no ene Ghana fo nyina say eye frakadam internet president Mahama bebi obi ase beje obo president Mahama beje obo president Mahama beje obo president Mahama beje obo intimenu Peter se me no kasa se sie won say insensibility first nanka en we yet only 3 cities
who purchase club na mo bono
club na Friday so young guys say we omo adwuma omo pe bibi kakra de egu omo bibi so kakra so mo edru fie no first no mo to the 3 cities under President Mahama no me say you incompetent no under the competent Baumia and another Danko Akufo-Addo no omo to the 6 cities kesiye na under President Mahama ne say you incompetent no no omo to the 4 cities 5 cities no and 10 cities
club no
inti ene upe ayentu mu ye wala wansa ayentu mu ye ubi bia ayentu mu ye nanso niema eboa ye no ne yatotum niema ema nipa niji niema ebe sustain life ene yatotum ene me hu se say cement ecosystem 6 Ghana cities under President Mahama. Yes, cement ecosystem 6 Ghana cities under President Mahama. Na cement 1 bag 25 Ghana cities. Yes, you're incompetent. Under President Mahama, me kwa lembela, me fele me kana, Peter, na 200 Ghana cities.
Wow.
It me to me kwa lembela ba all the time. And I me kwa lembela 600 Ghana cities. And I me fele me tank. Me a minya profit biya obebia, minya sike biya obebia, and so me way kosro, me expenditure kosro. So you can inflation now, Peter, 26 point something percent, you know. It is clearly said, a government will fail the people. And Baumia and the MPP, they have to bow their head in shame. They have to come clear and apologize to President Mahama and the NDC. Because Abra President Mahama wohono, many Peter, okay, say Abra late Mills wohono, not President Mahama, na vice president. He was the head of economic management team. Yenya single digit inflation for almost 2 years, 9%. Satam not President Mahama on your economics, so Satam no ye communication expert. No be any Mr. President Mahama is a communicator, but he was able to lead the economic management team under Professor Mills as the vice president, and to meet the economy jina inflation here 20-something percent, 9% single digit for almost 2 years. Obey a president no hweniema oye wukruma sei. Internet inflation akosroa. Te say na me call other platforms so me de bayire call ye because ene pona baako ye ton pona baako 20 cedis me na me call jom ekoto ye pona baako 20 cedis. President Mahama time ye ton pona 5 cedis. Itiane eduane keka ye be di na sebi yakoyane akojegu no ene eduane ne boye di. And the document President Nana Danko Akufo-Addo and the Vice President Baumia proud to 2016. Many Peter no more catch said document I turn 1 city ne boy din. In to abamo money to abamo more and the document the boy back from. And the document 3 cities for Bako document 3 cities the size nesu asansu e reduce. It is a to me the document 1 city first no back 1 city out to me the 2 cities no and the 3 cities nobody 9 cities. This is the state of the economy today. This is the reality in Ghana today. This is what is happening in Ghana today. Peter, me to me park my car. No ma shada for trotro. Na me for trotro. En nyuma obeti wo trotro ni any two tese before assume no. E say Ghana yediu, Ghana yediu, Ghana yediu. That is the music you hear today in trotro. The economy is whipping people. So Peter, are you surprised? Say, and no be free Germany, but no abetam the body akoma jujuma say opeso okun akola newe enye sika. Se si abebi edunu no under president na do dan kwaku fado. And vice president Baumia. In Crawford your mumba akwaji sikeduro. That is the level because ahochire ne doso ne money 11 or sacrifice baako. That is level ayedru. And the president na do dan kwaku fado ne vice president Baumia. And the university in Kolako school, super bet. And the bet needs a bet Akesian and Kolandi school fees nebo. Because there is no hope for them. Or we say unemployment at President Mohammed Jamo almost 6%. No? And then I'm 20%. So there is no hope for this young graduate ever out. It is a mom they to bet to secure a life somewhere. That is where they are this country is heading towards. So we need to rescue this country. And I want to quote Mustafa Hamid. In fact, we need to rescue this country. Wallahi, I quote him. I say, wallahi, we need to rescue this country. Because it's just a penny be any fear. Penny be any Ghana, I say. Because the economy.
This country is in serious trouble, ladies and gentlemen. We are in serious trouble. We need to rescue this country, ladies and gentlemen. The presidency has been so depraved, so muddied, so dirtied, that I tell you in all sincerity as a Ghanaian, that I feel terribly sad today as a Ghanaian. We need to rescue this country. Wallahi, inshallah.
Please don't cry.
We shall rescue our country.
Monsambo biom na hwefo hu say ye tumra ye beman mu biedi ye kire mu nisi a ne abini amamu biedi. You see, this is Mustafa Hamid, because at time now yes he wanted the position in government, and then he is the CEO for National Petroleum Authority. Are you surprised that petroleum prices are going up? Ochina petrol because 11%. Under Mustafa Hamid, this gentleman who said that we need to rescue this country, wallahi, inshallah, and he was crying under his watch as the CEO for Petroleum Commission, National Petroleum Authority. Petrol prices are going up every day. It says Sebe or Babu Sumibi or enemies. That is how fuel prices go up. Sebe, it is so about enemies. Every month, biana mojaba. Every month, biana mojaba. That is how fuel prices across Kroma. And Ghanaians called on President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo to fix the high rate or increase in fuel prices. First May, I made day. President Nana Addo Shegana Fuenim Kache and said, "On to me and Tifu also, because Oteswa are buying to me the revenue." And this is a government that Oba, or see, he's coming to protect the public purse, and he's going to be sensitive to the ordinary Ghanaians. Is he being sensitive? That is the question we are asking now. Is he being sensitive to us? Because we are calling on him, say, "Ontifu or neso," because the fool or Kosru Kroma, Sebi Ashawo for Bok Ewo Kroma.
That's true. That's true.
Sebi Ashawo Bok for Ewo Kroma.
Hey, Asaman Afghanistan.
No, I'm telling you the fact.
KK.
Last week.
Ashawo Bok for Yedeng. Ewo Petrol Akosro.
Because Ashawo no obefa car. Say Uber no obefa and taxi no obefa. Obefa no dia kwa kojina ne joint. Osanso nya marketer ya send na sika mu.
I see. This is so revealing. In fact, most analysis now, Elembele Kiki Edebono. Or then I know be see now my call comrade Conrad ho.
Peter,
Comrade
when
to
you ask them, they will tell you that Germany is difficult, Holland is difficult, US is difficult, UK is difficult. Therefore, Ghana
almost be seen I strange. Almost be at the
let me give you a story. I stayed in the UK, it's not UK because UK. Peter,
okay.
This is a country who are Peter, your mouth tablet.
Wow.
This is a country who now your mouth unemployment benefits.
Wow.
This is a country who need your mouth accommodation, cancel mouth accommodation mouth. This is a country who yes sir Ataria you turn Mark and Spencer and Zara £700 no you to meet this one sales about £100.
Wow.
How can you compare such a country to Ghana? I say a deboa nipa nisi dan wia offer 17 gum offer bibia gum every year bia or two time. It's we a young guy and a young girl we in school open dan at name when now rent is expensive. Everything is expensive. Who gives you unemployment benefits? Last week, Germany announced say offer train ko baby over 9 euros.
Yeah.
That is a government policy. I buy your gain in crop for home. It is I'm passing president and another damn Kufuado anybody they will do something, a policy that will reduce the hardship or it will make the hardship stabilize. But they are not thinking about the people. All they are thinking is that on the establishing bank, president not for private jet, not the agent now or better jet now president and I don't know why you now contract a better will chroma Ghana 4419. It is for them. It's a radio station all over the country.
That's what's
yourself. Yes, and now Cape Coast, Assassin Radio, everywhere.
Yeah.
You ask yourself, yesterday or now let my vote counter. Now huna sebe. Asa ma sabuna afwa ojina pan. And not Gabia. And the radio station will be glass. Besides on your secretary. Do my bang or ye.
Comrade, Lambella Kiki. Someone wabo ama. In fact, me I say rame. Na baby walk cram me there. Maybe I would say, this year now, which then a bama, or more fashion will cry and boy. It could be near Timmy. Numusuka Kramame. Na Minko senior comrade, yet permanent. Now, young share 1 or 2 issues. I'll come back to you quickly. Now, you share cathedral briefly so that we can conclude. But answer and be ready text messages, kakra, messages are. Mode abano ebe ready kakra de amamo na ye viewers no so mo fia mo join ye no omo so e de aba we sweet mother tete I say good evening. Sweet mother tete, we thank you. Bernard Kunedu Yadom say Accra needs to be redeveloped to befit a national capital and it will require a strong political leadership to achieve this. This is Comrade Bernard Kunedu Yadom from South Africa. Patience Dark was watching you from Hamburg, Germany. Sister Patience, I miss you. Thank you for watching. Oh, Ludmila Tiglo, that's my lady. Greetings from Hamburg. Yes, thank you for watching us from Hamburg. Ludmila, thank you. Positive change, Madina. This whole business of building a national cathedral, a church doesn't make sense. My major concern is who would be the bishop of the cathedral and from which denomination, and why must it be built with a poor taxpayer who is struggling to get 3 square meals a day? Regards to Chairman Makiotete, Chairman Joe. Okay, Patina Badu. I see greetings from Hanover, gentlemen. Thank you. Greetings from Holland, comrades. Thank you for working day and night for a great party. Watching live on YouTube. Thank you for watching. NDC Dashboard. Nana Tafrimu will say hello. The hardship in Ghana is now killing us. Thank you for educating us. I'm watching from Tatali in the northern Ghana. Thank you, Nana Hey, you sent your other name there. We're from Musa Adamu. I said, well done, Chairman Conrad. You are doing amazing job. Thank you, Chairman. And Joshua Macon. Well done, Comrade Conrad. Yes. Thank you. One Nana, hey, we'll send him the same thing. Send him with the NDC will surely win 2024 to bring back development and national pride. This is from Nana Tafrimu. Ismail Divor, Chairman Comrade, Chairman Conrad. Yeah, that's it. Then Becky Stone, I say, thank you, Chairman Conrad. Keep up the good work. Keep up the good work. That one is from Kevin. Alote Sika Razak. I say, honestly, this government is simply clueless about the economy. Unfortunately, we have to endure this till the next election for GM. You come and rescue us. So the rescue mission agenda. That is from Alote Sika Razak, my own. That's good. Okay, so with Ludmila, once again, clearly the MPP government has lost control over the economy. In fact, the economy, I agree with you, Ludmila, they have lost control. The center cannot hold. In Nambia, Damba, or say, God will punish a good word of Sewa Bruni, useless old man. So, Nabia, we must be watching you live from Paris, France. Thank you, Nabia. But your words are powerful and strong. In fact, this one is Umar Ibrahim Waya. Say it to my boss. Hey, say it, boss. Say it, boss. Thank you for your message. You can keep your messages coming in, and in due time, we'll be reading them for you. This is NDC Hour on my show today, Ghana News TV. We are live on Anchor FM. You can watch us on YouTube. You can watch us on Facebook and on all other social media handles. Please keep your messages coming in. I am on the show with Alembele KK, a national communication team member of the NDC, and then senior comrade Conrad Dumba. He is a chairman of NDC UK Milton Case. And we are bringing you the show live from the headquarters of the NDC. In fact, analysis no my year dia toko no said ye chairman ebo bosso and your friend is saying elembele kicking so the practical say your friend is saying babumia malata economics na no ye no ye no an ye ama no enti bobo. Now I'm going back to chairman.
Yes,
in
my
fact,
boss.
I want us to conclude on this inflation issue. Now, a bit on it. We have to close at exactly 9. Your time, no? So, we are going 10 minutes. Then baba. So, still on finalize on the inflation. Government introduced and increased the policy rate. It was around 15%, 15.5% or something. They increased it to 17.something% in order or in the quest to control inflation, because they almost say, you try to reduce the money in circulation. And at the end, the inflation economy 3%. I've read the amount is still that be. Obesas were increasing policy rate in the bill, boom, 19%. And yet in inflation, boom, 27.6%. So I am asking you from your finance background, is that the only option available for government? Say the best way to curb the inflation is to increase or keep increasing the policy rate. I am asking you, senior.
I think the question now, Wabesano, it only points to one answer. Nasa answer no, your friend is clueless incompetence.
Oh,
Obi are incompetent.
Chama.
Then on him say or no, or you're incompetent.
Hey, Chama, Chama,
on who your emperor's new clothes.
They have the menu
on chef free on an appointment swap. And psycho fans who know almost say, hey, can't tell we share AFL. Now, you see, even in when we let me use the terminology fire service for Obia fire service will tell you, sir, there is fire and there is fire.
That's it.
If the fire is caused by wood, you can pour water on it and it will quench the fire. Now, if it is your partner, you are frying both root, and that pan of oil catches fire, if you put water in there, you make it worse.
That's it.
And if you analyze the whole thing, we've just talked about some of the causes of our inflation. We talked about the fact that the domestic one is large, 27% of the entire inflation is account. Almost half of it is domestic cost. The other half is imported. The main thing we talked about maize is because of supply.
Okay.
So we are having to import from Cote d'Ivoire. And because we're having to import, you are finding a case where import now is coming at a higher cost because of the transport that you have also increased. So if you go and reduce the purchasing power of the consumer, how does that help you? The reality of the case is that inflation, you can have what you call supply side inflation and a demand side inflation. If it is a demand side inflation and you want to address demand side inflation, monetary tool, now they are boss.
Okay.
Because you have what you call fiscal policy and monetary policy.
Okay.
Now, monetary policy, it is about the amount of money in your economy. If you have too much money chasing too few goods, inflation be also. Because yes, you know, boy, 5 CD. A comedy, what's your man 6 CD? Miss Meba, Miss a comedy. Make a and Miss Metal 7 CD. Say auction. 1 year, none of one cost 10 CD. That is where you and I have money. But if the document is not even there, then you have a problem. So one of the main causes, even the government statistician said it, or say a large portion, food is one of the main causes. And the things you are looking at for rice, it's a different world. I deliberately use maize in Ghana. If you can increase the supply of maize through a good agriculture program, not chop the money and the PFGR, you won't have this problem. And that's why I said, Professor Bogpin said it. Look, what we have is a fiscal policy driven inflation, not monetary policy. Anything that are increasing the monetary policy, but the inflation is also galloping away like Ponko. So what they need to do, they should have listened to the government statistician.
Okay.
They are competent enough and follow his advice.
Wow.
It is supply side. So address the factors that are supply. What you are doing is you are making the case worse. By increasing policy rate, the cost of borrowing will go up. If I'm a businessman, I take loan to buy a bureau from Cote d'Ivoire and bring to Ghana. The loan I do will go up, which means I'll pass it through. You're actually making the case worse. But fiscal policy now, what is the root cause? I'll make it very simple. And then I'm going to say is the third and the biggest cause. Our debt. Because fiscal policy is about how much you spend and how much you raise in revenue. If you collect a salary of 1 million and you spend 900, just surplus of what? 100,000.
Exactly.
When you collect 1 million and you spend 1.5 million,
hey, deficit.
That's a deficit of what? 500 million. Now, that deficit, how are you going to fund it? So, that is what has got us to where we are today. Too much borrowing. December, we were at 351 billion total national debt. From the 120 now, Omiji free, John Mahama Sano. 3 months later, Q1, it shot from 351 to 391. So every 3 months, we add 40 billion. And it now got to a point where, this is the interesting thing, OSHA May Bank of Ghana monetary policy report for the month of May. They said government of Ghana wanted to pay interest of 10 billion. They ended up paying interest of 10.6 billion in 3 months alone, first quarter. Wow. 10.6 now, multiplied by the other months in the year, 4 quarters in the year, 10.6 times 4. That is where 10 times 4 is 40.
Yes.
Right? That's 42.4 billion we expect to pay against the budgeted 37.8. Now, this is where I want to bring the fiscal one into how the inflation goes.
Okay.
Because you cannot also, and we are paying the equivalent of 10.6 billion for Q1. That means in Q1, we have to go and buy dollars.
Okay.
So we were selling CD to buy dollars of almost $1.5 billion. Now, when you are selling CD, remember demand and supply. If you are selling, you have to sell the CD to buy dollar. The value of your CD will come down.
Exactly.
The CD has been depreciated.
Yes.
It got so bad to a point that the international community, the bond market, capital market, and my friend say loans, they know say we are getting to a point we can't afford it. So last year I call home say omo bounce here,
Yes,
September
yes,
say
yes.
no, everybody is avoiding government. Only this month he now had to go and find Standard Bank and a few banks to come
And so
together.
domestic market.
Yes,
Domestic market.
crowding out the private sector. But the point I'm trying to make is that you now have a large amount of government demand for dollars to pay our debt alone, not to buy any instruments, because we are now demanding the dollar. You selling the CD. The CD is coming down against the dollar. The CD is now at 8 to the dollar.
Yes.
Which means that what it now means
You
is that
need
all the Chicago
CD.
Star, Texas Star, Chicago Star, sugar no St. Louis sugar now import we are now paying at 8 cedis to the dollar. Can you see why import-driven inflation is causing this? And the CD is depreciating because of our massive debt and appetite for dollars to service it. And that in turn is making the CD low, which means we import at high prices and therefore bring the inflation in. So if our debt was to go down, we will demand more dollars, which means the CD will be stronger relative to the dollar, which means we will pay less when we are importing, and therefore the prices, the impact of imported inflation will be low. Very near rocket science. But we say you can calculate Malata inflation and the cement boom. No serious economists, even SS1 economics, they will tell you what is inflation. It's consumables, not capital expenditure, not cement. Why can't they get the sense, say, stop the borrowing, cut down on borrowing? And that's why even the World Bank is telling you, if you cut down on borrowing, your interest payments will be lower, which means your demand for dollars will be lower, which means your CD which means your import using CD to dollar will be lower, and therefore you are importing lower inflation, and your inflation will come down. Now, where is it rocket science?
No.
We're near rocket science.
Not at all. Not at all.
So if you look at all the 3 reasons we've looked at, taxes, failed agricultural policy, complete failed. And when I say where they are at the form frat, complete. And our debt is what is hanging around our neck. If we don't take care, one day we'll sell Flagstaff House.
Senior, in fact, the analysis now, Mameno, I think I would have a special time with you on the economy, and we'll delve much into that. Because of our time, I want you to touch briefly on the cathedral issue. Then I'll go to Comrade Elembele KK. Then because of our time, we need to.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
As for cathedral issue, As for cathedral issue, so we are all suffering just to even buy a ball of kinky. Prices of goods are going up by 27%. NAPCO employees are not being paid. Contractors are not being paid. In fact, Marty said, even that cathedral, no. Because of that, they have laid off 200 workers and they have disappeared from the site. So when you have all these problems, students that are in school are not getting the 90 pesos that we should be giving them to feed them in school. Textbooks have not been provided. These are the bread and butter of any economy. Now, if you cannot do this, you go and be spending useless money on Sakawa Cathedral. Can you bribe God? The Bible did not require you to build a temple for them. God lives in each and every one of us. Anything I hear Bronika said, Vox Populi, Vox Deo. The voice of the people is the voice of God. So if you want to please God, you should take care of the needs of the people. Now, when you go and spend 200 million cedis, I even hear say David Ajayi, and I'm hoping that he will wise up, was giving $6 million, 32 million Ghana cedis.
Yes.
And giving that money at a time when he was not even certified to practice in Ghana. Every profession, when you are outside, your body is different. When you come to Ghana, you have to localize.
Exactly.
He was giving that money at a time he wasn't even qualified to work as an architect in Ghana.
That's right.
You go to the site and it hasn't even gone beyond foundation level. What kind of a country? Say you go to Israel to import a stone In fact, I'm sure the Israel stone is also brought in inflation because the cost of everything will all bring in inflation. What kind of mentality? And then when Trump, I know say Trump on this wall, he has his problems, but when Trump says this is shithole mentality, you went and raised down a hospital around La area in Nungwa. You haven't built it. We have hospitals you have abandoned. Schools, e-blocks you have abandoned. Students that should be fed 90 pesos, you are not giving them. What is even annoying to me is leap before the elderly, the disabled, and the vulnerable people are almost 70 CD every quarter. Just 70 CD per. What can 70 CDs buy? But we give them, pushing them. Since October last year, Oforiata has not paid. These are the vulnerable in society. But he found time this year, April, to release a total of up to 200 million for this Sakawa Cathedral. When we were building the National Mosque, the government put 1 peso in it. Let those of us who are Christians who believe in our God, let us remove from our pocket and build.
That's it.
You don't go and take the money that is meant for school fees, money that is meant for NABCO employees, money that is meant for workers that are striking. You give them 4% rate. Inflation is 27%. Then you go and say you are going to pray, you are going to build cathedral, and go and pray to which God? Antoine Yami? Or which God are you going to pray to? Because God lives in us. We were made in the image and likeness of God. And the Bible says, I desire mercy, not sacrifice. It is not about the cathedral I will build that Ghana will suddenly become first world country. Japan or more cathedral. They are not even Christians, but they built a Tema interchange for us. I think this cathedral thing, no, whoever thought about it, I think it's another second money.
Okay. Comrade, me that say, in fact, the analysis, a fantastic analysis you've made there for the cathedral issue. In fact, you don't need a soothsayer to tell you, say, this government is misleading and deceiving the Christian community with emotions. But we have to wise up as Christians. Now, said your comrade in Akano. People are assuming and even claiming, say, a Sakawa Cathedral, and we have to be careful. Comrade Elembele Keki, sir, who ye Christo name in him, so ye Elembele ye Christo name. Now, me Gidi say, Enka yesi aswa dem manyamia, Enka Elembele, Enka was a mama yesi o. Na me call comrade Elembele Keki ho. Na me musana say, National Cathedral. Ono so na dwen ewo National Cathedral no etesen aso osusu se Kufuado MPP and I say Kufuado ne promise to God no it should be a national responsibility. Ndio President Akufo-Addo personal promise to God, no? Should it be a national responsibility? A Christopher Mama me nada. Let's not mock God. Say or the bar say on mine no baby I do no me pesa on mine mama yensi National Cathedral. If I'm nyame. And I said ye David the aye no. Firm painful none or more say again. And God said he doesn't like a cathedral from David. David did not go Mary Jache, you know. David consulted all the people, the stakeholders. So Opeso see cathedral. Before God rejected that. Let's take note. So some men of God could be happy with cathedral, but God will reject it. But that doesn't mean say it will please God. If it is wrong foundation, cathedral. What does it say? Munya na President Bosha was a man menas win Ghana Fusika Kakra no dia justifiable. Ususu say Emma on minor quality cathedral no and henkoya sorry for adie. Why didn't you work cathedral home? You're ready.
Oh, Peter, in Penifo will be say, yeah, here and say idea fata.
Fantastic.
Say, Papa now name Kola Wufi. na sɛ why wadwene sɛ wode wopɛ wosi adeɛ ɛyɛ dan ɛma nkɔla no ba nkɔla no ntumi mfɔ mu nkɔ sukuu ɔmo yare a ɔntumi mfɔ mu nkɔ hospital ɛkɔm deɛ ɔmo a ɔntumi mmɔ ɔmo aduane ndi na Sunday duru a ɔmo ahyɛ atare akɔ asɔre na wonye sika a ɔso de kɔ akɔsi dan ma nkɔla no na anaasɛ ɔkɔ asɔre a yɛbɔ afɔre a na ɔde sika no nyinaa akɔ akɔto afɔre mu na woyɛ show asɔre ɔsɛ wei na Nyankopɔn pɛ anaa mɛmɔ clear scenario ɛyɛ ɔsɛ wei na Nyankopɔn pɛ anaa ɛdɛ nti na Bible ne sɛ dɔ no nyɔnko te sɛ wo ho anaa dɔ wo nua te sɛ wo ho ɔsɛ for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son ɔde ne ba baako ɛbɛkyɛɛ ɔdɔ wiase ɔde ne ba baako bɛkyɛɛ for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son, that whosoever believe in him, will not perish, but have everlasting life.
Yes.
It is a way Christ. That's a kind Bible no from Genesis to Revelation. And say what you say, a brother Jesus Christ be you Christo to Christo fear fire for Reverend Assemblies of God. And what I'm fit to call a brema was here.
Okay.
Jesus Christ, the significance of Jesus Christ on the salvation.
Yeah.
The salvation is not in the church.
Fantastic.
The salvation is not tabernacle.
Yes.
But salvation is love. Love your neighbor as yourself. Send a Nyankopon do we are see or then the papa we are see a distance or doyenti. Inti Nyankopon priority e your do say you benye be Jesus Christ by one see as time Jesus by no ne disciples ni nam okọ wedding na say insansa no aye miracle no amomo nsan so odru comedy omo a no we feed omo with 5 loaves of bread and fishes, so he gave food for them to eat. Osayare asori dem ho no okọ eni eton ade wo ho oboni nyina egu ye o se yanya sa wa net kroma e ba free tap me free akra using only one lane one lane you overtaking is your top, no street light, nothing. Yet na ke ni na yesi yembo mpaye na Nyankopon fa ye nkodru yembo mpaye na Nyankopon fa ye nkodru Peter metina ke mu aye free Manchester aba London am ya bom mpaye wo ba mu dase ye bedru nkra ye bedru London min hu bi da ma foot train ma bus ye mo mpaye wo as ya bedru ye mo mpaye ba Ghana de ye bom mpaye wo ka mu anska na etu ansiasa ye mpaye ni ya na se den afanso esi wo kwan ni so ye bom mpaye o na so ni ase itu person se pondo ya enya Nyankopon no ndo yo Nyankopon de nyansa ahye yetrim nti abro bo wiase no a obo Adam no osi o de nyansa ama Adam o de animdie o de bibia o say I have given dominion to Adam to name everything. Peter, you see, I am building a foundation. I am a Christian. So I am preaching so that people will understand that it is not because the cathedral and the MP, but me see people are dying on the road. Numbers are dying. See, every courage will save life. You display will save lives.
That's true.
President or say Nyankopon ahye ne bo no belembele no ama me kan dey say Nyankopon ahye ne bo ti ye to aba welembele ma oba be si cathedral no dey sika na be si obelembele obeka kire say essence ye dokube akube e raw material nti obi factory won ye dokube aye factory wo ho na ye eduma ye
na say wasi amamu wasi amamu
wasi den
na wasi den kube factory no
Nigeria for the befa kube niko and Ivory Coast for the befa kube niko and ye na na oti kube dia no si na wi o mo wi kube ni se ye na na mo pantan o ma pantan aye se o ko boxing
Kube
to me for yet kube ya na say the kube dry kube. Why you dry kube da? Oh, we are one time. I said the okoko bossing. Because factory ni want here. Factory ni ye num. Factory ni ye num. It the kube ni sha ni agran to say we ni ere. Me a panta ye na na panta ko hwe ye na na no panta. I say because ye na na no ma kube fita ma ye nyanse ma. And another bed dada ebe frakadam so be factory ama yete ku be ma no eno ne de to abama no be ka che yen say ye to abama na kupo yi atre no say wini a obesi factory de sika besi factory anto abama na nke no nye president. So you see, you can't build a house of God on the foundation of lies. You cannot do that.
That's the point.
You can't build a house of God on the foundation of intro. You can do that.
Serious.
So I am surprised that we respect them in this country. We share Jackie Ward Mills and Nakazo Luwasiwo Ebina. Fantastic. And easy. The question is that Jackie would not still board where border on Sadiechi, Adiesa, Nafusu, Ghana Fosi, and you when they hear you, how does he feel? How does he feel? I am asking them, say, we are man of God. You yourself, with your church members, you have been able to build an Akazo, big way. And you sit here for President Danko Akufo-Addo and Vice President Bawumia, and then you can for Ghana photo Safo, Dada Musea, and you as a man of God, and you are there, and they are doing this thing to you. How do you feel? Peter, how do you feel? Today, yes, I read a news that Wale Secondary School, a Bubu school, Dynamo school chance, Dynamo swapper. When they free Wale. Read the news. City online. Say Wale Secondary School. Is Unito Omo swapper. Now the interesting thing is that Peter, all the comments under the news is telling Baumia that Baumia, you too go see cathedral. Your people are suffering, they are dying. Your people are dying. Common secondary school, you cannot even put roof on their head. You cannot feed them. But you say you are going to build a house of God. But who is going to worship in the house of God if the people are hungry, if they don't have food to eat, if they don't have any place to sleep? How can the people worship God? Nyankopon say, "Yemfe nije." Bible say, "Yemfe nije." Any ahuka, or say, we will come in the house of the Lord with fullness of joy. In the house of the Lord, there is happiness. There must be joy, joy like a river. There must be joy. We must go to the house of God with happiness, with full of praise, with full of happiness. Peter, how can I go to the house of God with that happiness? How can I go to the house of God when I cannot pay my school fees, my children's school fees? How can I go to the house of God with joy when the children, they cannot even feed them? How can I go to the house of God?
In fact, our leaders are not interested.
Not because it is not because we are Christians. We are Christians. But me starting me say,
that's true.
People are dying. Do you know that, Peter? Do you know that COVID, we don't even have ICUs in this country? ICUs. Yenibi. Have you just said when you're butcher alcohol hospital, pardon? So alcohol hospital, no painful I'm good. Now, Peter, if you look at it, you will cry.
Yeah.
You will cry. You will cry. We cannot even post doctors. We cannot post doctors because we don't even have money to pay them.
That's true.
We don't have money to pay them.
In fact, I may say I said,
I was sorry.
and I said, I don't know. Now, question me busa now they I summarize it now I conclude the mind because of your time in internet. I just say, is it that young penny for no? They don't know how to set good priorities. And I say, most of these things, they are populist and deliberate, just to win the religious sentiments of Ghanaians. Until me person answer way in the concluding way. Now, onchia ama Ghana for mo share any mo share from the diaspora. Germany for share papa US for share UK for South Africa for Holland for share. Now what the onchia or any ama Ghana for you.
Peter, may answer our questions in two folds.
That's good.
It is not because they want to play on religious religious
Sentiment.
It is because these are a group of guys. Any opportunity they get, they want to steal the people.
Okay.
So, I realize say PDS anye a Japan ye. Now, let us tap into their religious belief and let us use that to steal from them.
Okay.
It is one. Two, Misusu said, or Madriya me said, because President Nanado, I believe he said, and I'm sure, or I am, it is alleged, say, he's being sponsored by this gay group of people. So he has to do something for them. First, the gentleman who designed the building is a gay. He came out to say it, and I'm in America. He came out to say it, and I'm in America. And they are championing that gay popularism, gay movement, in Ghana. And I will not be surprised that they are only using ways and means to get a place for them, so that when they want to marry, they can go there. Because I don't think Duncan Williams will accept them in his church. I don't think that he would know to accept them in his church. I don't. So what I'm saying is that one, they are using this opportunity to rob us. Simple. Because this is a dream. This is where a niswadi hunua or sing a kupo yachem on Uganda Fusika on Faisika. I feel be one. Emra edi kuma wokromano or mato branegu and a canofureta. Or sorry, no Uganda Fusika. The Aquacoye, Peter, I am engineer. And when you almost $200 million, Peter, we are still at the excavation level. $200 million, still at the excavation level. And this is a man away $200 million. Send Coco Crabba or full plane, no aqua America, no aqua Sani Coco Yari.
For one see mama and some no cry the abromeso.
It's a Peter, but you lose him. And you have about time is. I didn't lose him. But I say, or more amanone.
Yeah.
Atia say, Sebe, Ghana no, baby Edruno. Say, and yet, Baku, ne and J or my name free President Nana doing the bush in 4 wins a man. But one day, almost Kotoka International Airport. I don't see airports, but now for you on my back.
Oh.
What did that taxi Musia do coffee? A taxi no found or do be a masabi, a bro waju.
Oh,
they must support the call so that we take these people out. President John Dramani Mahama will come and rescue this country and build the airport. Omusi will play more. Omusi for more. Back at the call. This is a man of a vision. The Omuya Wabrich and Omuba Gan Omubi. And so more common President Mahama see a maybe or Omunanti or Muchu back on the foul terminatory. It may catch any say they should support the call so that at the end of the day we will rescue this country. Peter
Wallahi, we have to rescue this country. Minya Elembele, Keke, Emmanuel, and Yuma. This is fantastic. In fact, when you portray abo born someone, now when you say Ghana for mo share from the diaspora, no, they are really touched. Now, and they are vehemently in support of the call of the NDC. And I believe 2024 we are going to work together to achieve this dream together. You better see me breathe, say your tones are fro. Now we are pre edemai. Every permanent so you better so about say na ya the assassin. Yeah, that's a pa we comrade Emmanuel Enyima Elembele Keki, a member of the national communication team of the NDC. And no and Komono Wabobo and Semno Bishop kama. Na menko senior and as a chairman Conrad Dumba na meneno enko wie ewo ho na say yoki Milton Keynes for papa na me say senior Simon Irene Rogo senior ni dini de na ha obebumi o producer mame message no na menkan few message bi na buy no na menkan na mene chairman enkowie senior Awaringo Simon Awaringo. Okay. This government is a monumental failure in all areas of managing the economy. In fact, in every aspect, it is you can't credit them for anything. You can't credit them for anything. Senior Kweku Adi also greetings watching you from Holland. That's from Kweku Adi. Senior Kweku, yeah, that's say oh share MyShow NDC hour. They be out for the pa, yeah, that's a pa. Me go senior comrade. So, chairman, mute your microphone na yen twa yen fa yen common embra ewie ye. Enti when no any dia Kenya no chairman. Adia na wo ka kire Ghana for any NDC for enwumre omo hwe yen because Ghana for nya didie bi wa Akufo Addo mu na 2016 omo to abama no ya na ye ka say January aba ye to Ghana for koto ma omo no 2016 but 2020 de enye omo de omo wi akeke na sabre ya obia aye disappointed no what message and I would Ghana for knitted through the diaspora community and NDC UK, especially Milton Keynes, our chairman, and the some and I will catch it.
I was in it. A seminar may say Ghanaians should not lose hope.
Okay.
I say, John Mahama Taka said, you see anybody who says all politicians are the same is most likely say or a disappointed MPP voter.
Okay.
Which MPP ne NDC, which Juma NDC aye and a Corona MPP abo. There is no denying the fact, sir. The only salvation our Kwame Nkrumah Ghana, yeah, NDC.
Yes, that's true.
Oka Terminal 3, Oka Echuabu gas plant.
Yes.
Oka Temaport expansion. Oka E-blocks.
Yes.
University of Ghana Medical Center, Bank Hospital.
That's true.
Ejumana President Mahama Boy no doors. Na nkrofo ya omete hayi omodie se wabroni ne krono kwa na omonim.
Oh.
Ne kura no meboa. Oba hu se na do aye ade a yesi wetima aye de a ende ye mape e wo ewiem.
Ewiem mape.
O ka se onko si school a onte me si. School a here na otima si 6 years. Say a point there, interchange union Mahama dear.
Okay.
Chrono Obekwa say Ridge Hospital, Mahama AC here.
That's right.
Free so and all the on the quarterly society on the It me message now, as I'm not made better Ghana for new minutes say we can change this country. President Mahama changed this country in 4 years, 2012 to 2016. He solved our power crisis for good and gave us surplus power. He built airports, Tamale, Mianukumwa, interchanges, Kaswa, Tema, Obechobilamte, Circle Dubai, Pokwasi. So we can do it.
Okay.
NDC and MPP are not the same.
That's true.
We look after the country.
That's
These people, when they come on beto assassinating na no my way so akahu. So if we want Ghana to go forward, we are economically competent.
Yeah.
We didn't get this unquas inflation.
That's
growth in the history of Ghana, 14.5%. The NDC scored it in 2011. These people have never come near it. Oshe President Mahama's 4 years, even the NDC's 8 years from 2009 to 16. If you take an average based on these people's performance, there's no way they can hit it. We can discuss that. It's about economy, about good governance, about provision of social amenities, say schools, hospitals, it is the NDC that is the answer to Ghana's question. We should come together, whether you are politically oriented or you are a civil person, civil society. It is your God-given duty for Ghana to kick these robbers and brigands out.
That's true.
Let's come together. Let's work hard, whether you are an NDC member or not. Vote this government out. We haven't disappointed you in the past. They lied to you. Now you know the truth.
That's it.
Vote for us and we will change you. And as for we, the NDC people, we may have our internal fights. Like every family, there are internal squabbles. But we are at a critical junction where we can afford for our internal concerns to allow these incompetent people who are even begging to be taken off so that they can rest. Because
that's true.
That's true. So we need to do them a favor by taking this pain off their necks and do Ghana a favor of development. So we need to come together. Whatever our differences, Ghana needs us. Ghana first, party first. With that much.
Okay. Yo, now, Milton case for so what's some kakra bi out in Chaka, the mom where garden registration echo so near the other with the best some 30 seconds be near can be shown.
So as for meeting Queen, come to our meetings and get yourself registered. To all my brothers in South London, North London, Scotland, Hull, Sheffield, Telford, Birmingham, East London, and Reading. Let us register our members. We may have our differences, but we should get all our people legitimately on the books. Let us mobilize, because 2024 and Rupa may come. Let us mobilize and move our party forward. We can do it. Let's put our hands on the oar and let's move forward. It is not beyond us. 2024 starts at our branch level now. So my brothers and sisters, comrades, all hands on deck. Let's move forward. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, senior comrade, Chairman Conrad Dumba. The chairman for NDC UK Milton Keynes. Na ono ena yeneno yes adwumadi ena me akasa menua elembele keke anyumre mpanifo mienu ena yeno omo edi enkomo na sede me ka che mo se NDC die eye fact no krono na ye to ho na expose this clueless, incompetent and then very wicked government we said o ma say wo ma no ena mpanifo no the fact no e de aba betum wo no eti ebeda omo ase senior Dumba ane elembele keke anyumre ya da masese munya bre na mone yen aye programi na ahwefo so ene ade papa nyame ya adoma every pam no will engage you in a different arrangement nti anyumre no nyame nhira mo se munya adade na mone yen ebedi enkomo. So that is that for you. Some are catching say NDC UK, NDC US, NDC South Africa, NDC Germany, NDC Holland, NDC Ukraine, NDC the woman no way baby. Everywhere we are bringing everybody close. We are, in fact, we want to create a synergy. We want to create that harmony among us so that we work together collectively, together forcefully and win 2024. We are not leaving any stone unturned. In fact, a rescue mission, and the rescue mission, we are taking a violent force. Whether you like it or yes, a boot for boot. We are not joking. So everybody get involved. These people, they have failed us. In fact, they themselves, they have admitted that they have failed Ghanaians, but it is left unto us that we will put all the resources together, our forces together, and take over power come 2024. And we are pleading with you, please get registered and get involved at the branch. Get involved at the branch. When they call for meeting, please go. Look for your branch executives. Engage them. Ask questions. How can you contribute? How can you contribute? If anything, if you want any information from the headquarters, just contact us. We are ready. Say MyShow. Next week, there's also the special edition. Until then, shalom. Thank you.
Waiting there happy for Africa. Dusty old men holding on to power, leading the people to where the grave. Wicked criminal leaders. See them a come, them coming like an angel. But they my thief, them no say they my thief. Mr. President, you coming like a savior. But you a thief, you know say you a thief. Thief President, why you thieving so? Thief man, why you thief so? The people they must suffer, but you don't care so. Thief man, why you thief so? I see the people crying every day, yo. They want food, them can't find. I see the